Hey, good morning, friends. It is Julie Hamilton with Life Builders, bringing you simple tips to build a strong and healthy life on. I hope you're having a great week, and I hope things are going in your favor. So today we're just talking about the theory of dandelions and orchids. Have you ever heard of this theory? It's a theory about parenting, but it also applies to everybody else in your life. I think you can apply it to everyone. And when I started talking about it, I have one child that's a dandelion and one child that's an orchid. When I started talking about it, Miranda was like, "Oh, why are you calling me a weed? I'm not a weed." But that is totally not the point of this theory. It's totally opposite of the theory, actually. And here's the difference. In this theory, the scientists believe that children are genetically predisposed to have a sort of, I don't want to say attitude, but good morning, Carol. There are two kinds of people usually, and you'll know which one right away it is. So dandelions are the people in your life, or the children, who are kind of plucky. Like, think about dandelions. They grow anywhere, like even between the two cracks of the side, in the crack of the sidewalk between two concrete blocks, dandelions can pop up. I don't know about your yard, but I have more yellow flowers in my yard than I ever want, and they just grow and replicate, and they're very plucky, they're very hardy. They can be put anywhere in any circumstance, and they will continue to thrive and continue to grow. Now, orchids, on the other hand, I don't know if you guys have tried to grow orchids or tried to make them bloom. I have this orchid I've literally been working on for 3 years, trying to get it to bloom, trying to coax a bloom out of it, and it's not blooming for me. Orchids are very particular. They take a very good amount. You have to care for them a lot. And you have to take specific care of them. So they are the ones that are, like, I'm not kidding, for my child we have a pediatric dermatologist, a pediatric dentist, thousands of dollars on dyslexia therapy, gotta make sure she gets enough to eat, gotta make sure she gets enough rest or it's a disaster, gotta make sure we stay on schedule, and all of these other things that help make the environment what she needs to be to bloom. But here's the very interesting thing about the orchids in our lives. The scientific theory shows that oftentimes there can be children who are predisposed to negative results. So they can be predisposed to maybe depression, or predisposed to a learning issue, or predisposed to these different things, maybe ADD, ADHD, or all those different things, special needs. But the theory shows that if you take care of them the way that they need to be taken care of, they can actually bloom into something that is so beautiful, that is just like magnificent. And that always gives me hope, because like I said, I have one of each, and I always try to remember that I'm trying to put that care, even though one takes a little more care than the other, takes a little more work than the other. I just try to remember that theory, because I'm like, you know what, this care, if given the right way, can produce something really, really beautiful. And so, I know a lot of you parents out there, especially the special needs parents, you guys are pouring it out day after day, facing tough decisions, facing hard days, facing days where you feel like nothing you do matters, or, you're looking at your kids' future and wondering what their future is. And I just want to encourage you this morning that you are doing well, that you are amazing, and, that's no accident that that kid is with you. You are the mom or the dad that God chose for that child, and He will give you everything that you need. And I want to just encourage you to keep running your race, and just know that we are here supporting you, and you are amazing, like truly amazing, and you're changing the world. And so don't give up on your kid. They may be going through a rough patch, a rough season. Keep loving them. I know it's hard. Keep being there. And one thing I realize is my kids are older, is that now they need you more than they did before. So when they're 16, you don't just turn them loose. That's the time you really have to start pouring into them, is when they're older teenagers. You have to work extra hard to pour into it. And then, oh, good morning, Roxanne. Great to see you. Hi, Tristan. Oh, good. I love this topic. Yeah, it's like every child is so different. Good morning, Abby. Great to see you. Do you guys have dandelions or orchids? Let me know, because I got one of each, and I'm sure you probably have like a variety. But listen, it also, I've used this in my life to apply to other people, like spouses. Maybe. So maybe you have a spouse, maybe you have a friend, maybe you're like, okay, this person needs a little more extra care than that person. It's okay. You just start to realize, you know what, this can become something really super beautiful if we just give the care that is needed. So I hope that gives you some encouragement today, and I hope that it helps you kind of figure out dial in a little better on whether your children are orchids or dandelions. And lastly, I forgot to mention this before, but guess what? I wrote an article in this magazine. It's a new magazine called None, and it's like there is none before him. And it's out of Dallas, Texas, and anyway, you should go on there and look at their on Facebook. I think it's None Magazine US, I think, and then also on Instagram. But go check it out. I think my article is online too. So yeah, with 8 kids, oh my gosh, Roxanne, no doubt you are absolutely the superhero ever. You're amazing. Well, I love you guys. Have a great weekend. I will see you on Monday at 8:30. Who knows what the topic will be? I don't. So I can't tell you what it is right now, but have a marvelous weekend. I will see you then. Mwah! I love you. Go live your big, amazing, beautiful lives. Bye. Oh, Tristan said, I have both. My boys are orchids and my daughter is a dandelion. My boys are much more sensitive and my daughter's much tougher. Isn't that funny when it's like that? Yeah, it's just, you never know. You know, I got both girls, and one's plucky, one just needs a little more care, and it's going to be gorgeous. So, love ya. Bye.